what happens when you have siblings and there's wanting each other's toys all the time? There's no break in the day, right? They want the yellow binder one minute, then they want the green puzzle the next minute, and then they want Johnny's blue ball the next minute. And you have crying and tantrums all the time over the same objects. I have come up with a solution called the bin solution, and it works amazing if you're consistent and the kids follow through with what the bins are for. So, what this looks like is every child has one bin. In your house, how many children do you have? If you have 2 children, you will have one bin for one and one bin for the other. So, one bin for Johnny and one bin for Haley. You will also have another bin over here called the share bin. These bins can be plastic bins, those big plastic bins you get from Walmart. They could be fancy whisker baskets, whatever you want to do. But there's going to be 3 bins, one for each child you have, and one share bin. Every morning, when kids are coming out into the family room or the living room or outside, Johnny and Sarah, your 2 kids, can bring out 10 toys from each of their rooms. So Sarah comes out with a ball, a car, a puzzle, a stuffed animal, a baby doll, whatever she wants. Up to 10 toys, and she puts them in her bin. Johnny also does that. 10 of his favorite toys puts in his bin. Then you have a share bin. Johnny and Sarah will also bring out 5 toys each to put in the share bin. What toys are they going to pick today that they're okay sharing with their brother or sister? They're going to put those in the toy bin, in the share one, right? So they each have their own bins over here. They have a share bin over here. That day, Johnny cannot play in Haley's bin, and Haley cannot use Johnny's toy bin. Those toys are for their own. They have their own thing. It's so important for kids who are with siblings all the time to not have to share everything all the time. How annoying. As an adult, I would be so annoyed. Here, okay, you want that? Okay, you want that? Okay, you want that? Here you go. I'm playing with those. I want to play with those, right? We need to give kids, we need to have expectations set. It's okay, it's great to teach them to share, but to share everything all day long is a lot, right? So we want kids to have their own areas, their own comfort levels. Even if you have different age groups of kids, that's even better to keep the 2-year-olds from not eating the 5-year-old stuff, right? Because we want our 5-year-olds to have the small Legos, but the 2-year-olds can't have small Legos, right? They need to have larger things. So this is another way to fix that. Now, in the share bin, that's all you can eat, right? Well, this is, you go play with all those, whatever you want, whenever you want to. These are the share bins. At night, all the kids bring all their toys back, put them back where they belong, and the next morning you do it again. The next morning, Johnny and Sarah might pick different toys to be in their own bin and different toys for the share bin. It's probably not going to be the same toys every day. That way, the kids are able to decide what they want to share, what they don't want to share. They have their own personal stuff. Then they can share the toys that they're choosing to share. Maybe Johnny and Sarah will talk about it the night before. Hey, I really wanted to use the yellow truck today. Can you put that in the share bin tomorrow? I saw you had that. Sure, you can have the yellow truck. It won't be as full conversation as that, but they can talk about that themselves, and you never know. Kids know so much more than we give them credit for, but if we set up systems in place to make it successful for them, and we're consistent, and for the first week of implementing the share bin, we actually supervise them and make sure that Johnny doesn't pick something out of Sarah's bin. Instead, he can pick something out of the share bin. You will be shocked at how much less fighting you are going to have in your house about sharing toys. This also works if your cousins are coming over. If you have one child, have her or him put all the toys he wants to share in his share bin. Everything else stays in his room. Pick 10 things. Charlie, pick 10 things and put them in the share bin that you're okay with Johnny next door coming over and playing with. Those are the things that we're going to let him play with. He doesn't need to go in your room and play with all of your things. Right? This is just a way to respect children, to respect their things, and to respect their feelings. So I hope this helps. Download the PDF below. There's photos of bins explaining this in more detail, and you can help your children figure out what toys are going in what bin. All right, pretty soon we're going to start talking about consequences. I know you guys are wondering about that, and we're going to get there next. See you soon.